When Isekai finally does an OP protagonist right, I don't like this. I like my protagonist weak.
The Isekai genre has a ton of issues, even though a lot of these issues can easily
I don't
be
see any
fixed
issues.
off. Take one of its biggest problems.
I
the
think this is
overpowered
perfection.
Protagonists. Love them or hate them, most Isekai protagonists are extremely overpowered. They go from smelly losers to basically gods, and that's fun and interesting for the first 50 times.
I think it's better if the guy starts as a god already and he starts beating the shit out of everybody.
But now it's just stale and boring, and let's be for real here, the overpowered protagonist trope isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Meaning,
wait, the sub is overpowered? No!
Need to find an actual way to make the overpowered protagonist interesting, and believe it or not, there is a very easy way to do that, and a perfect example does exist, and it's Subaru from ReZero. And
I don't think it's easy to write a character like this. I think it's hard.
Power. Now, the reasons why overpowered protagonists fail is actually very simple. The
Perfect clothing.
first being that there's no actual stakes. A lot of series with overpowered protagonists will introduce a big bad guy. Ooh, look, he's really cool, and he also has an overpowered ability. Oh man, this is gonna be a fight for the ages, and he's dead.
I hate it when the guy fights without moving, like just with his hand.
The main character paralyzed him and then poisoned him almost immediately, and he's dead. He's dead now. Okay. This is what we'll do instead now. We'll have
Imagine if we have a character who fights with their penises.
a bunch of enemies, right? Go at the main character all at once, and that way it'll be a struggle because he's dealing with multiple people at once, and they're dead. They're dead now. He just froze them again and poisoned them all, and yeah. You see the problem?
Wait, I like this. I have to say, this is creative. Okay, he's doing basically nothing, but it's funny. Like he's waiting on a line, and like he's signing
He just
autographs.
froze them again
It's like he's famous.
and poisoned them all, and yeah.
And those are his fangirls.
You see the problem here? Do you see how that can kind of be an issue? Because when there's no stakes, there's no tension, and the conflicts become very predictable after a while. And if your main character isn't going through any actual real conflict, there's no way for them to have any actual meaningful growth, which leads to series basically creating fake
They're using the demon.
tension
The demon.
to then have the character go through meaningful growth. Oh no, an orphanage is on fire. Oh no, the love interest has been captured, but it's actually a trap, and it doesn't matter because the main character is going to steamroll through the problem no matter what.
Yeah, I feel so good about this. I feel comfortable when I see, oh, okay, I can relax now because I'm watching this shit and I'm like, oh my god, the princess is gonna die. Oh, the kids of their kingdoms are gonna die, and I'm so sad and filled with rage. And then I see the protagonist shining, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rest now. I can breathe. Finally. So I feel good.
The power
It saves my heart
of
sometimes.
friendship and love is more important than their overpowered ability, I guess. But then let's immediately undermine that because the next episode they're going to go back to what they were doing. What? Like, why did you just make me watch that episode? Was that a filler episode? Did you make character development a filler
I only watch filler episodes. I skip out the canon.
episode? And it feels like every single trash or slop isekai with an overpowered protagonist does this because they have no clue how to make their main character actually interesting besides them having a really cool power. In some series, what they try to do
I think having a cool power is like half of a good personality.
point is
Like, I don't have any cool power, so I'm lacking.
go, okay, maybe it's the power that's the problem. Maybe it's the power that's making the character not interesting. So then they just make the main character extremely weak. And if done right, this can make a character interesting because now they're in a world where they basically have to survive.
But there's a bad thing about this. The character gets strong. I want a story when the character is weak to the beginning to the end. Only weak. He never gets strong. He never beats any enemy, and he's just a shame for every character, and he just cries, and he doesn't do anything good, and ends with his failure. I want to watch this type of enemy.
On their own and use their wits, and it creates actual tension. But a lot of these also aren't done correctly because now instead of having an overpowered ability, they just have Asperger's and are obsessed and really good at one thing. The point I'm trying to make here is that the power actually isn't the problem. The problem is actually how the power is used and challenged by the narrative of the story. And this is where Subaru starts to come in. On the surface, Subaru is your classic isekai protagonist. He's an average guy that gets sent to a magical world. He's having fun. He's excited to be there. He's ready for adventure. He meets a girl. He starts to fall in love.
Man, if I went to an isekai, I would start like living inside a cave or something. I wouldn't be around. Like nobody would see me.
With her, he gets stabbed. He gets what?
Dies?
Oh, and then she dies, and then he just slowly bleeds out, and then he dies. But this is what
Wait, this is the first episode. I didn't watch this anime. The first episode, everybody dies.
Subaru's
Now I want to watch. Oh, I love this dinosaur. I was in love with that type of dinosaur in the past.
power, Return by Death. Return by Death basically turns Subaru into a video game character. After he dies, he returns to an unspecified and unpredictable save point set sometime before his death.
Oh, with the
all
beautiful
his memories
dinosaur.
intact. The process that sets the save point is currently unknown, and it happens instantly after his life is taken. There is no lag between the point of death and the point of his resurrection, and there doesn't seem to be a limit to how many times Subaru can die and then be resurrected, essentially making him kinda immortal.
Wait, the power of this guy's dying. What a sad power to have. Like, I can only use if somebody puts a knife inside my heart. Oh my god.
And giving him an unlimited amount of do-overs.
I'm gonna show
until-
my how strong I am. How can you show that? Shoot me in the face. But you're gonna die. Yes, exactly.
until he completes his objective. So the rest of the first episode is dedicated to him trying to figure out who murdered him and the girl, so that way he can save her, but, you know, also avoid dying. That kind of important bit there. And, you know, he does kind of a good job. He does some investigative work. He gets some clues. And
I think this is his waifu. I remember. I watched, I think, only episode 34, and he marries this big waifu.
ultimately he gets murdered again, but this is where the tension comes from, because there are a lot of limitations and consequences to this ability. Yeah, he's immortal, but he can't control it. The save points can change at any time, meaning that if Subaru wants to go on a very specific path where he wants all his friends to live, he wants the best outcome, every run he has to try and be perfect every single time.
And every time he loses and dies, I think this is the story.
No matter what. But Subaru isn't perfect. He's a human being, so he fails again and again.
Oh,
and
okay.
again. And each fail,
I story about
9
death.
times out of 10, is an extremely painful.
Man, if I died the first time, I think I would quit. I would quit. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Fuck you. Fuck the kingdom. Fuck the princess. Fuck the old guys. I don't know, the dinosaurs. Fuck them. Fuck the dinosaurs. They died already. I don't need them back. I don't know. I would just quit. I don't want to die. Like, after the first time, maybe a second, just to see again how death looks. But after the third or fourth or fifth time, I don't want to die anymore. Come on.
He feels
I want to start eating McDonald's and not do anything at all.
up until the point he returns, and then even then he might still feel some of the shock and adrenaline that he had when he was dying. As the series goes on, you can see the psychological toll that this has on Subaru. Sometimes he breaks and doesn't want to keep going. Sometimes he thinks, okay, maybe I can be content with this path, but then later something bad happens.
Later he
He
dies.
decides, no, I have to go back. And he decides to die so that way he can go back all the way to the save point to then try another perfect run. And
Wait, at a certain point, I think can you get used to die? Like, it doesn't hurt anymore. So you're like, okay, I'm dying this time again.
Worst thing about this is he can't tell anybody what's happening. His ability also doesn't let him directly explain his powers to others. So not only is he's suffering alone. He can't tell people that he's died maybe 1,000 times. He can't tell Amelia and his other friends that
Oh, they think he's just a freak who has a lot of nightmares all the time. That's how they see him.
you've seen them die a million times, or he knows they're going to die, because his ability won't allow him to. He starts to feel isolated. He starts to feel alone. But despite all that, he always tries his best because he's a simp. So each run he gets
Simp? How can you call someone who dies a lot as a simp? Like, a simp wouldn't die twice. A simp would die only once, not twice. Dying twice is for alpha, bro.
better
It's for alpha.
and better and learns new things, be it
Dying
strategy
100 times, I don't know if it's for alpha anymore. I don't know.
or improving his social skills and learning to say the right things at the right time, or just in general just having better emotional resilience. Also, you can
I thought something funny right now. His training arc would be just dying a lot, just drowning himself, just hanging himself all the time. This is his training arc. A lot of weapons, different types of death.
the worst girl in the entire series, despite Rem being literally right there. And as the series does go on, the runs start to get easier because he is acquiring new skills, and his friends are starting to realize that he is a very reliable person that is also able to mysteriously predict when things are going to happen. So they do start to listen to him more. But this is how you write an overpowered protagonist. You give them an ability that has consequences and limitations.
Wait. Maybe I have this skill. I never died.
It solves every single
You never know if you have this skill if you are alive.
issue that comes with overpowered protagonists. There's actual tension because maybe the main character can't always rely on their ability, which then makes the stakes even higher, and it forces them to go through actual character development. And overall, I just think it's way more entertaining. Seriously, just think about it. Take any overpowered isekai protagonist and just slap on a consequence or some sort of liability that comes with their power. Let's go with Kirito, for example. What's his overpowered ability? He's a gamer. What is a gamer's main weakness? Having a social life. Have Kirito have extreme social anxiety. He can't
I think Kirito has a lot of girlfriends, as I remember. I don't know.
Women. Half the cast is women. There you go. That would be so much more entertaining and funny to watch, that you have this badass that's really good at the game and he's all aloof, but then anytime he actually has to interact with a human being, he's just really socially inept. I just fixed Sword Art Online. You're welcome. And if you still don't believe me and you need more proof, let's look at some anime outside of the isekai genre.
Those became religions already.
With overpowered protagonists. Look at Deku from My Hero Academia. Look at Light Yagami from Death Note. Both of these
Who
characters
can punch who in the face?
are extremely overpowered, but both powers come with either a liability or a consequence to using it, which adds stakes and tension to their respective stories that make the stories 10 times more interesting to watch if they were just overpowered. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of isekais that do attempt to do this, and some of them
The spider is the best. Like, comparing to the spider, everything is shit.
a really good job at it. And then there are others, Shield Hero, that don't do a really good job at it. See, where series like Shield Hero mess up is that they don't really commit to adding a consequence or a limitation to the ability, which leads to things becoming predictable again. Now, Fumi is going to use the Rage Shield. He's going to defeat the big bad guy, but oh no! Now Fumi is going into a steroid-induced rage. Whatever will we do? I know what's going to happen. Raptalia is going to come in with a nice glass of milk and a warm blanket and talk.
Wait, she breast milk. She breastfeed this guy
Raptalia
because
is
she's the
come
mammal.
in with a nice
Okay, all humans are mammals,
glass of milk,
but she's more mammal than others because she's two species at the same time.
and a warm blanket and talk him down, and everything is going to be okay. I can predict how the fight is going to end. You know why I know that's gonna happen?
Because you watched 1,000 isekais.
Because he already did it 3 other times. If his ability was going to send him into a rage and have him do bad things, you would have had it happen already, but you don't commit. I know this looks like I just hate overpowered protagonists, but I really don't.
I'm with you. I hate them too. I already said I want a protagonist who only loses.
I also enjoy seeing a villain getting their teeth kicked in by an overpowered hero, but if it starts to negatively impact the story, then I don't want it. And 9 times out of 10, it's negatively impacting the story. But what's really frustrating about this is lately, if you express that you really don't like overpowered protagonists because you want a more complex story, or you want an anime to focus on more than just animation in fights, or just something else entirely.
Yeah, I know. I just want fights. I don't want to think. I don't want anything philosophical. I want fights and powers and screaming.
A lot of people get fucking pissy and then have the audacity to say that you're the one ruining anime because anime has never been about complex stories and the fights are the best part. To which I say,
I think the most complex story that I've ever seen is that anime that a girl has underwear on her face. Pencil on her face. She has a pencil on her face and she fights crime with a pencil on her face. I think this is the deepest anime I've ever watched.
are you fucking blind? Have we been watching the same stuff? And what's especially rich about that is most of these people's favorite series have complex and deep storylines. So either their media literacy is just fucking terrible, or the slop has literally turned their brains into goop. But I don't know why these people are even whining, because they're winning. You are getting everything that you want. And clearly the studios and outlets
But that's a sad thing. Getting everything you want makes you sad because your soul gets empty.
have noticed. I mean, fuck, man. Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year over Frieren. And
Yeah, Solo Leveling is way better than Fury.
even
No,
hate
I'm not gonna say this.
Solo Leveling. I enjoyed the fuck out of that power fantasy, but in no sane reality should that have beaten Frieren.
Yes.
So why you guys?
And I
hate your-
didn't watch Frieren. Like, this anime is so fucking awesome that even though I didn't watch it, I still think this is better than Solo Leveling that I watched.
overpowered protagonists with really cool fight scenes and animation. A lot of us are over here going, please at least make the character more interesting. And you know what they do? They go,
No.
okay, we'll give them a character flaw, like making them a pervert.
Ah, this is a perfect. Oh, this is the best character. I think he's very. Everybody should look up to him. I think he's very respected.
Or we'll make them a vending machine. That's what
No, don't say about my wife.
you guys want, right? Right?
I think this is the tier list waifu forever. Like,
Or we'll make them a vending machine.
how can Japan? How can any country do something better than this? I think this is the perfection. This is perfection. This is why God put us on this planet. You know.
That's what you guys want, right? Right? But this is why I made this video, because we can have both. We can have an overpowered protagonist that is interesting. And you don't even need to do it the way that ReZero has done it. I just think that Subaru is the textbook example that most isekais should look at, especially since they already borrow from each other a lot. But what do you guys think? Do you guys
I don't think. That's my thoughts. I don't have thoughts anymore because I killed my brain. I don't have brain anymore, to be honest. I'm just a vessel of wisdom.